everyone, welcome back. If you're new, my name's Alicia and I'm a sous chef with a sweet tooth. If you enjoy this video, please hit that subscribe button. I'm putting out a video every week of chef-inspired keto desserts and pastries. And today we are going to be doing a mint chocolate chip fudge ripple ice cream. So let's get started. If you have watched any of my other videos, you know that I do love my ice cream, and I'm going to be linking some ice cream videos above here. I have a vanilla one, I have a chocolate peanut butter swirl, and a chocolate chip cookie dough. Today we are doing mint chocolate chip because that's another one of my favorites, and I have some at work right now and I want to eat it every night. So I have it in my freezer for when I come home so I can eat it. But it's the same kind of principle with all my other ice creams. So I'm not going to go into super detail. I got my heavy cream and cashew milk. I got some gelatin that I bloomed in a little bit of the milk mixture. I'm going to be adding that into this. That helps it stay nice and soft so you can scoop it still, just like in the grocery store. That is my biggest reason for making these desserts. Is I want something that tastes and feels just like a grocery store would, or how my pastries were back in pastry school, like my keto tiramisu. You can't tell it's keto, and that's my biggest reason for experimenting and doing all these different recipes. So the gelatin keeps it soft, and you have to use allulose or xylitol in order to keep it from hardening all the way. All the recipe amounts are going to be in the description box below. And all your macros are down there. This is about 4 grams of net carbs for a half cup, which isn't bad, and it's decadent and delicious, just like any other, Ben & Jerry's. The reason that Halo Top and Enlightened are so low in net carbs is they add fiber, and then they add a lot of air. This, you're not gonna be eating any air. You're gonna be getting a little bit from just churning it, but we're not putting any extra into it. I feel like it's a better value. So we're gonna bring this up to a simmer, and then we're gonna temper our egg yolks. While that's going on the stove, I'm just gonna make our chocolate chips. Now, my favorite is like the chocolate shards that you get in a mint chocolate chip ice cream. So I'm taking Lily's dark chocolate chips. I'm gonna microwave them until they're melted. I'm gonna smooth them out, pop them in the freezer, take them out and break them into little shards. So I did that on half power, about a minute, 20 seconds or so. You don't want to go too far. You see all those little pieces, they're gonna melt because the chocolate is really warm. And then you're gonna spread it out into a sheet and pop it into the freezer. Okay, my cream, cashew milk, sugar, salt, and the gelatin come to a simmer. I'm actually going to be using 2 whole eggs this time, but basically because I had a bunch of egg whites already left over from my creme brulee video, so I didn't want to separate these and add to my pile of egg whites. So we're just going to be tempering this like every other ice cream. Now most recipes will tell you to put this back on the stove to thicken to 160 or to coat the back of a spoon. I don't mind eating the eggs not up to temperature, but you're more than welcome to do that. Make sure you scrape your bowl. You're gonna be straining back into here, just to make sure you don't have any egg particles. I'm not a huge fan of the gelatin I bought. I just bought a Great Value brand. Definitely, if you have the option, buy the Knox. They were all out at Walmart. I guess a lot of people are making Jell-O right now. So to make it mint chocolate chip, this is vanilla extract, a tiny bit of peppermint oil. I bought this Now peppermint oil from Thrive Market. It's very, very potent. I made the mistake of using too much at one point, and it is all you can taste and smell. And then I have peppermint stevia drops. It helps sweeten it a little bit more. So you're adding that now, mixing it up. And then to make it exactly like the one in the store, I got green food coloring. Now this is just a mess from my airbrush kit when I used to do cakes a lot. I got whole big bottles of dye. So I'm just gonna be putting 4 drops in here. Oop. Maybe a little bit more. Whew, the peppermint is strong. Obviously you can omit this. I just wanted to make it look exactly like mint chocolate chip ice cream. And now I have dye all over my hands. So you're gonna mix that up and then either put it over a ice bath and into the refrigerator to cool, stirring every like 20 minutes or so. Or you're gonna put plastic wrap right down on top of the mixture and refrigerate it overnight. While that's chilling, we're gonna get on to the Fudge Ripple part. And this is something I just wanted to show you. This is something I actually made to make my ice cream even better. It's almost like a fudge topping, like I wanted keto fudge to put onto my ice cream. It's basically just a ganache. If anybody knows, a ganache is just usually equal parts cream and chocolate. Now fudge has like corn syrup and a bunch of crappy ingredients in it. I wanted to make it a little bit thicker to make it more Fudge Ripple-like and keep its shape. So I did 1/3 of a cup of heavy cream that I'm gonna microwave, and then 84 grams of Lily's milk chocolate chips. Now you can use semi-sweet, whatever you'd like. Semi-sweet would be less carbs for sure, but I love milk chocolate. So for ganache, like I said, you just heat up your cream, pour in your chocolate chips. There you go, they're all stuck in there. You let it sit for like 30 seconds or so in the hot cream, and then you just give it a whisk.
A few moments later.
There you go, a nice silky ganache. I tried adding this when the ice cream was churning, but it just made it like a gross brownish green color. So I'm actually gonna let this cool and add it in layers when we scoop the ice cream out of the bowl. Like I said, you can keep this in the fridge and reheat a little bit and pour it over any of your ice creams, and it's just delicious. I just tried the Canto chocolate syrup. I'm not a huge fan. It's just really liquidy. It tastes fine, but I like a thick fudge on top of my ice cream. Also, while we're waiting, we can get our chocolate disc and break it into shards. This stuff melts really quick, so if it's hot outside, you might have to do this in a couple sessions. It's already getting all over my hands. And my pastry chef teacher always told me, your hands are your best tools. So you probably could do this some other way and not get so messy. I'm gonna pop these back in the fridge and we'll be back to churn our ice cream. So if you remember in the last video, I said I prefer a glass bowl. Does anyone else get excited over new kitchenware? I got 3 sizes of Pyrex glass bowls to store my ice cream in. So I'm gonna pop this in the freezer so that after our ice cream is done churning, we're gonna be able to put it into a nice cold bowl. Time to churn. Okay, we got our bowl here. You always want to make sure you have this in your freezer at least 24 hours ahead of time, if not longer. I try to just always keep mine in the freezer, especially during summertime when I'm making tons of ice cream. And make sure there is no water in your bowl when you go to freeze it, like I did, and there was a puddle in the bottom, which makes this not sit in there correctly. I just had to smash that out. Hopefully this will run okay. Now, if you had it over a water bath, you want to have a towel ready to kind of wipe the bottom so you don't get all that water into your ice cream base. So wipe off the bottom of your bowl a little, turn it on. Now remember to plug it in this time. Go me. Pour it in. Okay, we're gonna let that churn for a while. We're almost there, so I'm going to pop my fudge into the microwave. It may take a little bit longer just because you do not want it to burn or to seize up, so I'm doing it at 50% power. This is the biggest batch of ice cream I've done, so hopefully my ice cream maker can handle it. I'm gonna put these in. And get my bowl out of the freezer. I think I gotta get this out because I don't think it can go much further. Wanted to make sure I had got a lot this time, and I definitely did. Scoop some of this. Dollop in some of this. Even do a little can't wait to try this. This is actually a 7-cup bowl, which I didn't even think about it. I probably need another bowl to put the rest of this into. Okay, so we're gonna pop this big thing into the freezer, my new nice Pyrex bowl, and I will be back tomorrow to do some scooping and tasting. Can't wait. Hey guys, it's the next day, so it's time to scoop that big batch of ice cream. So down in the comments below, I did cut this recipe down so you guys didn't run into the problems I had with it almost coming out of my mixer. Now these Fudge Ripples, they're not going to be all soft like the stuff in the grocery store because we don't have crappy ingredients in here to keep it soft, like corn syrup and gums and stuff like that. So it's more like a hard fudge, which is actually delicious. It's more like a truffle in there, which basically a ganache is just the center of a truffle. So that's what we're eating right now. But that looks delicious. It's like the perfect bowl of mint chocolate chip ice cream, and it's only 4 grams of net carbs for a half cup. That's a little bit more than a half cup. It's time to try this bad boy. Oh, you got the big chunks of chocolate in there too, the chocolate chips that we made into the shards. Nice and crunchy. I'd recommend, if you can find peppermint extract, use that. The peppermint stevia drops, they add a little bit of peppermint, but not enough, which is why I had to add in the peppermint oil. But if you guys can find that, definitely use that. Because like I said, peppermint oil is very tricky. If you add too much, it's just way too overpowering. I hope you guys enjoyed this ice cream recipe. I'm sure I'll be having more as summer gets hotter and hotter here. If you enjoy this video, please hit that thumbs up button down there. Hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. I want to keep doing this, and I would love to have conversations with you guys and figure out other different desserts you guys want to see. I'm probably going to be doing a live stream. My garden gets growing and I get tomatoes and onions. I'm going to be doing some homemade tomato sauce and some creamy tomato bisque, one of my favorite things to make fresh out of the garden every year. So I hope you guys will join me on the live streams for those, and I'll hopefully see you guys soon. Bye.